The dense forests of southern Brazil lay bare nature's harshest face, wet, tangled, and fraught with hidden dangers. This is no mere adventure. It's the thin line between life and being swallowed whole. We, professional hunters, are here not for thrill, but to protect the lives of local people threatened by a fierce wild boar invasion. From the moment we set foot, we knew. This is a battle between human grit and the raw brutality of the wild. Are you ready to join the hunt? Let's dive in. At 5 a.m., our hunting vehicle cut through the thick, damp jungle where treacherous terrain erased every trace. Our trusted hunting dogs were unleashed, racing like arrows, guided by their primal instincts. Minutes later, their sharp barks echoed through the forest. The dogs had cornered the prey, locking it in place to give us time to close in. And then, that shadow couldn't escape. I lined up my shot, pulled the trigger. Nice! The beast dropped instantly. Pressed on into nearby zones, with our keen-nosed dogs once again trapping targets with no escape. The joy of victory was clear on every face. But we all knew this was just the opening chapter in a grueling hunt ahead. After a long trek, we paused, eyes scanning the surroundings. In the distance, familiar shapes appeared. Using strategic noise, we lured them closer. At the perfect range, I opened fire. Rapid, precise shots sealed the fate of these wild beasts. After minutes of pursuit and blocking escape routes, the chase ended completely. In that moment, all tension melted away, replaced by pride, a hard-won victory against the savage wild. Not resting on our laurels, we ventured deeper into the forest, where trees grew thick like a tangled web. Before long, our dogs picked up the scent. Their frantic barking sent me sprinting forward. There! A huge figure struggling to flee. I pulled the trigger decisively, ending the ferocious life. Hesitation could have meant serious damage. This hunt is more than sport. It's protection. After the loud commotion, the wild boars scattered into the dense forest, leaving behind a heavy silence. The hunt entered its most intense phase. Yet, with sharp instincts, our dogs quickly tracked down trails hidden in deep grooves and dark hollows. This allowed us to close in and finish the targets in crucial moments before the boars vanished completely. Seeing the situation shift, we immediately used tracking devices to locate narrow water channels, prime hiding spots for prey, and moved swiftly to intercept. Sure enough, there it was. I aimed straight for the head and fired. The gunshot rang out, clear and final. The chase ended. Experience and resolve forged the path to victory. Meanwhile, to the east of the forest, John's team moved into position at the first signal. As the target appeared behind thick foliage, precise shots were fired. After hours of relentless tracking, the mission concluded with results beyond expectations. Our effective teamwork not only brought victory, but restored peace of mind to the locals, a fitting end to the team's tireless efforts. In the dead of night, an urgent call tore through the quiet for Thomas and Finn. Back home in Morocco, wild boars were on a rampage, tearing up fields and destroying fruit trees. The villagers, terrified and helpless, were at their wits' end. As dawn broke, two seasoned hunting teams immediately set out, fully equipped. They headed straight for the hotspots, not just on a hunt, but on a mission. Driven by courage and a fierce determination, they entered a battle to reclaim peace for their homeland. The first stop was Thomas's family's orange grove, a scene of devastation where the boars had been wreaking havoc night after night. The team worked with military precision, forming an unbreakable encirclement around the entire grove. They were on a mission. No beast would get out. The hounds were unleashed, their frantic bark signaling the start of the hunt. Within minutes, a ferocious chorus of barks erupted, pulling every eye to the sound. The hunters raised their weapons, their senses on high alert. Suddenly, a boar charged right in front of Thomas. In a flash, he took a shot, a quick and decisive action that ended its desperate run. The boar lay still, a testament to a perfectly executed ambush. Inside the garden, a small, tight-knit team was positioned, their senses on high alert for every movement and sound. Their coordinated efforts were flawless. The instant a boar emerged from its hiding spot, a rapid barrage of shots cut off its escape route for good. In quick succession, cheers of triumph rang out from other locations, signaling that another dangerous threat to Thomas's family garden had been neutralized. Meanwhile, Finn's hunting party had reached the southern hillside, a known hiding spot for the boars. Their wheels kicked up dust as they sped to the planned location, and the second they stopped, urgent footsteps moved to their positions. Just as Finn settled in, a wild boar shot across his path. He instantly opened fire, and the beast crumpled to the ground. Its escape halted in its tracks. There was no time to inspect their kill. A new signal blared, and Finn raced toward the new location. Just a few hundred meters away, a herd of wild boars burst into view, running for their lives. Without a second thought, a furious round of gunfire erupted, relentlessly pursuing each one. A wave of sound ripped through the quiet as the animals dropped, their bodies strewn across the ground, marking the end of a fierce and brutal chase. As the sun climbed higher, the team decided to switch tactics, splitting up their forces to block off the entire hillside. It wasn't long before Finn's group successfully cornered a boar. The frenzied barking of the dogs created a chaotic scene as the boar desperately tried to escape, but its efforts were in vain. A series of shots rang out, successfully halting its desperate run. In every direction, other teams were having similar success, each victory another notch in their belts.
Bravo, yeah.
Down the rugged, bush-covered slope, a wild boar darted across James' path. Seizing the opportunity, James executed a series of lightning-fast maneuvers, taking the beast down in an instant. Its rampage was over for good. Cheers of joy erupted. Everyone's face was alight with satisfaction, proud to have protected their land from the destruction of these fierce monsters. In France, wild boars are not just prey, but a significant threat. They destroy over 3,000 hectares of farmland each year, causing severe damage to farmers. As a result, hunting is permitted year-round to control the rapidly growing population of these beasts. At dawn, Nick's team sets out, following the fresh tracks left behind on the soft ground. Everything goes according to plan, until a monstrous creature suddenly emerges. Will they have time to react? And who will take the decisive shot? Stay with us to find out. Down the rugged hillside, a heavy wild boar is desperately trying to escape from the hounds chasing it. Little does it know, just ahead, Nick is waiting in position. One split second of mistake, and the sharp crack of a perfect shot rings out. The beast collapses, the chase ending in an instant. The hunt begins with a mark of precision like no other. On the southern slope, James patiently watches every movement before him. The dense thicket of trees prevents him from letting his guard down. Before he can think further, a shadow suddenly emerges from behind a trunk. Instinctively, James' finger twitches. Perfect! The shot flies, flawless in its execution. Another victory marked, securing peace for this land. As the sun climbs higher, the hunter's spirits remain undeterred. Each step is steady, their eyes sharp, never leaving their target. Isn't that the wild boar? It charges forward with lightning speed. Nick swiftly reloads his rifle. The sound of the gunshot echoes, blending with the pounding of feet. The bullets fly true, quickly bringing the chase to an end. Once again, the perseverance and precision of the hunting team have ensured the safety of this land. After the intense chase, 30 minutes of silence passed with no sign of movement. It seems the gunshots had scared the boars into hiding even deeper. Nick's team quickly signaled to reposition. Following the remaining tracks, the massive form gradually emerged from behind the thick trees. Steadying his rifle, Nick took the shot. In the tense atmosphere that enveloped them, all that remained was the deafening crash as the bullet found its mark. Nick continued his steady march deeper into the forest. Suddenly, the whistle of the horn echoed, and Nick quickly pinpointed the direction of the wild boar's approach. It's here! It's coming! Without hesitation, he raised his rifle, his finger tightening on the trigger. The shot was flawless, the blockade successful. Nothing escapes. Another perfect shot, a testament to the skill of a true professional hunter. Do you think you could make that shot if you were in his position? Leave a comment below. Nick and his team pressed on, relentlessly tracking the last few wild boars remaining. Luck soon smiled on game as one careless boar ventured straight into his sights. The sharp crack of the shot rang out, ending the looming threat. A series of shots followed, echoing across the forest, marking the close of a long, intense day. The beasts had retreated, and the forest could finally breathe, if only for a rare moment of peace. The victory belongs not only to the brave marksmen, but also to the close collaboration between the local community, the authorities, and the unwavering teamwork of the entire group. In recent years, wild pigs in California have become a serious threat, with their numbers now exceeding 6 million, wreaking havoc on the land and natural forests. These creatures not only invade habitats, but also weaken the entire ecosystem. Now, we can no longer hesitate. Today's hunt will determine whether this land can be restored, whether we can protect a nature that has already endured too much damage. As the first rays of sunlight broke through the horizon, our hunting vehicle rolled into the barren lands of California. Equipped with specialized weapons, modern scopes, and all the necessary gear ready for action, we moved swiftly, surveying the terrain, and quickly selecting a vantage point with a wide view to set up an ambush. After a brief wait, the sound of rustling filled the air as the wild boar herd suddenly appeared. But in that moment, my eyes locked onto the largest, fattest boar. Without hesitation, I aimed, took a steady breath, and squeezed the trigger. After a resounding shot, the massive beast was no longer able to escape our control. But the celebration would have to wait. We quickly followed the trail of their escape. With my binoculars in hand, I spotted the beast trying to hide. Without a second thought, I fired the shot. The target dropped instantly, tumbling down the hillside. Yeah, success! A well-earned outcome from a quick and precise decision I made just moments before. In that moment, I realized that the greatest victory is overcoming oneself. That joy was doubled when, at the same moment, we received word from our teammates that they had also taken down another massive boar. Continuing to observe the herd above, Leon immediately signaled to me the position to block their path. Meanwhile, Leon was ready to close the trap, ensuring they had no escape route. As I reached the spot, I noticed an unusual sound and turned my gaze toward it. Sure enough, one by one, the boars began to appear. The shots rang out in quick succession, and several dropped right where they stood. "They're running down below," I signaled to Leon. Not long after, the deafening sound of gunfire erupted from the foot of the hill, as precise as a flawless report. The hunt was a success. In the heat of the battle, I failed to notice another target nearby. Luckily, Leon spotted it just in time and swiftly handled the situation. The decisive sound of the shot hit the mark, putting an end to the restless beast's life. Not only was it a rescue, but it also stood as a testament to our sharp awareness, reflexes, and reliable teamwork in the face of danger. After the thunderous gunshots, the wild boar herd seemed startled and began to rush off in a panic. From a distance, we could clearly see their frantic figures. We quickly set up strategic checkpoints to intercept their escape. When the target appeared, I didn't hesitate and squeezed the trigger immediately. The bullet flew true, taking down the beast. But I have to admit, their speed was too much. I couldn't react quickly enough to take down the others before they disappeared from sight. In stark contrast to the bustling atmosphere, the western side was thick with tension. After scanning the area, Leon spotted several solitary boars hiding all around the hillside. They had taken over every nook and cranny, leaving no empty space. With utmost caution, Leon moved forward, his eyes never leaving the target, each breath steady and controlled. A precise aim, the squeeze of the trigger. The bullet flew, and the beast dropped instantly. The sound of gunfire echoed from all directions, confirming the inevitable end of the wild boar herd in this place. When it comes to hunting, the skill of a hunter is the first and foremost essential, complemented by the support of teammates, modern equipment, and a flawless plan. With these, we are able to achieve victory, and victory easily completing our mission for the local villagers and the land of this region. In just 48 hours, more than 2 hectares of vegetable fields in the outskirts of Beja, southern Portugal, turned into a battlefield. Many footprints, broken stems, everything was like a challenge left behind. The farmland was repeatedly invaded, leaving the locals anxious and almost powerless. An alert was issued immediately. We answered the call for help, teaming up with local forces to prevent the wild boar herd from advancing further into the fields. And today, we officially enter into a life-or-death battle with these fierce creatures. Stay tuned! The dogs were quickly released. Before long, they had picked up the scent of the prey. The barking echoed, sharp and frantic, filling the entire field as they surrounded the target from all sides. Boom! A clean shot, and the sow fell to the ground. If it hadn't been taken down now, in just a few days, the whole field would be overrun by her litter. We received a report of wild boar sightings in the southern part of the field. We quickly jumped into the vehicle, the engine roaring as we raced to the reported location. As soon as we stepped out of the truck, the wild boar charged straight at us. Weighing 200 kilograms, it came barreling toward me, way too close. A decisive shot rang out. If I had hesitated for even a split second, I might have been the one lying on the ground. It was a terrifying close encounter. My back and hands were drenched in sweat after that brush with danger. The fields here stretch across dozens of hectares, so we had to divide into multiple teams to block off different directions. However, the pursuit was far from easy. With lightning-fast speed and incredible agility, even using off-road vehicles, getting close and taking down the wild boar proved to be a real challenge. Only through seamless coordination, steady nerves, and real-world experience could we hope to bring down such a cunning creature. The sunlight had dimmed, but the air in the field was still buzzing with the echoes of the hunting dogs. They worked tirelessly, tracking every scent, quickly driving the wild boar into the open. It was thanks to them that we had the chance to deliver a powerful and precise shot. A clean shot ended the chase, and with it, all the tension in my chest was released with a sigh of relief. From now on, this field will no longer suffer any further destruction. It was already 6 p.m., but we still couldn't pull back. A herd of wild boars appeared at the edge of the vegetable field, preparing for a brutal rampage. But today, what awaited them here was the inevitable end for trespassing into a territory they should never have entered. If you don't hear the sound of a gunshot, don't be fooled into thinking the battle is over. We remained alert to everything happening around us. Every step was taken with caution, ensuring that the shot would end perfectly. And there could be no more fitting end to today's hunt. And so, the fierce battle has officially come to an end. After a long, exhausting day filled with heart-stopping moments, the team finally made it back safely. The mission to stop the monstrous herd and protect this land has been temporarily concluded, and everything turned out even better than expected. $300 acres of farmland wiped out in just 2 weeks? Over $600,000 in damages? The culprits? A relentless swarm of wild hogs, breeding out of control and hiding deep in the thick Texas brush. Pickup trucks can't keep up. Rifles don't have the range. John's hunting team is left with only one option: helicopters. While local farmers stand by helplessly, watching their land get torn apart, the hunters prepare for an all-out aerial pursuit. Every move is calculated. Every shot must count. Hunter or hunted, who decides the outcome? Don't miss it. The battle from above is about to begin. At daybreak, John's helicopter roared through the sky, tearing across the horizon in pursuit of the beasts below. The landscape came into sharp focus, a herd of wild hogs, moving in formation through the brush. Without hesitation, the pilot dropped altitude, bringing the chopper in low to give the shooters a clean angle. Gunfire erupted in rapid bursts. One by one, the beasts dropped. In mere seconds, hog carcasses were scattered across the ground, marking the start of a fast, brutal assault, and kicking off today's high-stakes hunt with precision and power. The helicopter continued to circle, then shifted direction toward an open field nearby. Within minutes, another herd of wild hogs came into view. The pilot closed in fast, but these hogs were clever, constantly changing direction, making it difficult to get a clear shot. Still, years of experience paid off. The flight crew and gunners moved in perfect sync, operating like a well-oiled war machine. It was a relentless chase, and not a single hog escaped the team's accuracy and resolve. By the end of today, this land will breathe easier peace, finally restored. Just as the signal came in about the wild hog's location, John's helicopter changed course instantly, shooting through the sky like an arrow. No need for many orders. Every move was executed with flawless precision and practiced skill. In a flash, gunfire erupted, and the mission was swiftly completed clean without a single mistake. Every shot missed one hog down. As the aerial battle drew to a spectacular close, the ground war heated up with Jack's tactical team ready to move in. The moment the order came, the team quickly took their pre-assigned positions. Jack headed straight to the eastern trail. As the beast revealed itself, a powerful shot drove straight into the target. A decisive strike, executed with absolute precision. The perfect coordination brought the mission to a swift and successful end, securing this land once again. Elsewhere, Finn stood quietly, eyes locked on every movement around him. Suddenly, a herd of wild hogs dashed through his line of sight. Without hesitation, a rapid burst of gunfire rang out. The lucky ones escaped, but many fell, struck down with power and precision. That's the hunting team's style. Focused, mission-driven, and always ready. The hunter's footsteps pressed on, tracking the remaining game. Soon, the sharp barks of the hunting dogs echoed loudly. At the sound, Jack charged forward without hesitation. Before him, the massive silhouette of the beast came into view. Without a second thought, he squeezed the trigger, clean and decisive. The beast collapsed with a heavy thud, a swift strike that restored freedom to this land. Though many wild hogs were taken down, the battle isn't over. Their breeding pace remains relentless. This success is thanks to the close cooperation between the hunting team, local residents, and authorities all working together to protect the crops and maintain peace.